Now I have no music. Maybe at the end, you know, we take some music, but I'm gonna put my Porsche design glasses on here because in the previous clip, you know, we heard you say how you wanted to be in the Pops mobile, and then but you wanted to like it wasn't an S-Class Mercedes then, but it was a Daimler, it was a Mercedes-Benz, and you wanted to sit in a car, ride in a car like that without being a Pope. Wow. And so then Judith Racker, she was like really quick and said, well, you really, you know, circumvented the celibacy part in there, right? And then you were smiling, and there you were quick too. That was really cool, because you said, well, you know why, you know. And so I suspect that you like to have sex. Now, I don't want to offer my services in that department, but you know, he's a really sexy guy. Can you see this? Right? Now, I did a lot of that, obviously, you know, and you know, I made you into Superman. You could be. You talk about superhumans in the CES show, and you know, with the Porsche glasses, I actually see much better because the computer is so close. The camera in the computer is so close. So I'll just keep the Porsche glasses on. But I hope you liked my Daimler designs, or WoManITy and PaMacKiLaND designs, because how about we make those, and they're really different, aren't they? Now, this is what people love, and some color in there, and all the color that you know, that works, that goes with the WoManITy and PaMacKiLaNd colors, the basic colors, you know, the purple, the red, and the yellow, being the colors for the. Now, religion has such terrible taste to it, so you know, that's why I call it WoManITy and PaMacKiLaNd. You know, that would be the new religion name until you come up with a better one, a shorter one. You know, WHIP would be good because it's the abbreviation, and everybody seems to love abbreviations. You know, you have CES, the CES show. You know, you have the CES classes, not classes. You know, maybe we can call it a little different. You know, categories, or well, this is the S-mobile and the E-mobile, and the, you know, that would be good, no? Or the E-auto, because auto, I just learned this from you, you know, in another show where you said the automobile comes from, actually from, you know, being alone mobile. So I didn't know that. Learned something new there, isn't that cool? Thank you for teaching me that. See, I learned from you, and maybe you can let a little bit in from my side, because I know stuff that nobody else knows, not in this way. I know a lot of them, they feel certain things. Now I know how everybody can get closer to the thing and get it inside of them, and then they don't need me anymore. And I believe that it will take long enough, you know, until I die, for everybody to get it. Because, you know, I suggested the number 5 Global Hope Flight Driving Festival, you know, where we come up with the announcement that this is it, this is where we learn to get close to the thing, and of course then people get to know me and know how it works with me, and then they can say, oh, okay, she does it like this, I want this, so, you know, I'll just try things, you know, and whatever you feel is meaningful to you, is meaningful to you to get to where you need to go. So this is it. So the reason why I did this, you know, I made you Superman, and I took actually the real Superman that passed away because he fell off a horse and was paralyzed from the neck down. Well, he passed away now, and he had a real sexy body. So I put your head on this real sexy body, and I wrote in there, and I will read this, because, you know, I wrote you this fairy tale about you being the dimming diamond, or the museum being the dimming diamond, you know, being Daimler, and cars being less and less needed, which I think is great, you know, the alternative solutions you come up with. I think we can do more. And that's wonderful. It's all cool. So what I wrote here is, you are saying, you know, you come flying there, and you say, dimming diamond, my ass mädel, I'm on fire now. And then I say, which Mädel? And then you go, yoo-hoo, komm schon, du Turkey. And then, of course, you know, that is like a little, you know, word game there, because, you know, it's, you'd be born in Turkey, in Istanbul, and you know, being a Turkey is really like, will you wake up already? Kind of thing. But then you're saying that to me, isn't that cool? And then I say, so are you in, angels of the south? So that you know, are you in? Shall we do this thing now? And then you say, or I say, I'm not really sure, anybody can say, Ich nix Turkey, Ich Europa, Australia, Africa, America, you come on fire now. So I love that one. Anyway, and then you have this other thing, you know, you call your car the Rock. And yeah, I'm trying to show you now how everything really that's put out there, it's all for you. Can you imagine? You call that Rock, and then the song from Neil Diamond, you know, love on the rocks, da 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 da, and that be you know, love on the rocks, love on the rock, simply through moi, maybe. And then I love it. I love U-turn too. I love U-turn too. You know, busy as a bee. And you know, like we are so busy. Everybody is so busy. And if you're busy, then you miss so many things actually happening that could be useful to you. And you're so busy trying to fit into this change going on, because you say even yourself, you know, you said in the past that Daimler didn't accept the coffee thing, you know, in a Daimler, because the driver could drink coffee before he gets into the car, and then he can have coffee again when he gets out, and make that change. And you know, the American people, they were like way ahead of you, because I think that's where it came from. And sometimes it would be nice to give credit where credit is due, and not just always pretend it, yeah, it's somewhere out there, and then it got to us, and you know, we were slow. So we don't have to make ourselves always put ourselves down. How about we just lift us up, you know, with the people that come with the good stuff, and maybe it takes us more time. So what? Then we say, oh, you know what? Finally understand. They did this great, you know, now we do this too. Wonderful. And this is why the thing wants to come to you, because you have this pioneer spirit, and you want it, and yet you're running after it. And now if we join forces, it'll come out of it, out of you, out of it, us. And this way, you know, when we do this, we can show the world how this is possible, you know, how the thing gets into one another. And the more, the merrier, of course. And well, this is what it asked me to share with you. And I don't know, there's like a million things I can talk about. Clothes, I see you opening up, you know, you lost your tie in that one stage thing. So then you come to the presentation of your car with all the rich people there, the luxury class that you would try to address, and you wear the tie again. Why? You know, you're the pioneer guy, and people listen to you. So instead of saying there, you know, I disagree that cars are no longer required, or a means of getting around, or are no longer wanted, you know, tell them why you don't wear a tie, and why you would love if everybody else joins you, because you expect them to believe you that you disagree with the cars. So you know what? They will believe you if you give them that, because you are a leader, and you are the Daimler guy, the Daimler king, you know. And maybe we can change the Daimler, you know, and into WoManITy. And I know you're not a Wohlfahrtverein, but then this would be like a really top-notch word, right? Don't you think? Created from what is into something new. And this is what Picasso did, you know. I take what's out there, and then I go home and I say, I can do this better. And that's like something everybody may learn, because that's not just for artists, that's for everybody like that. You're an engineer, so you take your knowledge of engineering, and boy, do you have knowledge. It's like, wow, it's mind-boggling. You know, you stand there next to this Kutsche, you know, this carriage that was invented, and then you can explain in simple ways how a Daimler works. Wow, you know, I have a great admiration for that, and I think that you can exploit that a little bit more, and let your team do the specifics in the movie, and we can work that out also to make that, you know, you're trying to reach people who are not engineers. They love your cars, and that's all they need. They don't need to know how this whole thing functions. Yeah, there are some isolated people who want to know the intricates, and like this Martin, somebody that interviewed you, but basically people, they want to enjoy the luxury, and why not everybody? You know, why does it have to be a certain class? It's like, you know, you want to sell your cars now in India, they have castes there, and classes we have here, and it's like, why do we need to segregate everything? When, I'm sorry, I told you in the last clips that I would burp from the food, and now I burp. And you know, in China, it's that's what I hear. It's impolite if you don't, you know, if you don't burp. And of course, it's human nature. And here in Europe, it's like, if you burp, you're a bad person. So you need to swallow this, and then you get gas, and then, you know, you really need to fart, and you have to. so I'm sorry, I'm getting really graphic here. But do you know? Do you feel what we're doing with one another? You know, trying to fit into a system. You know, forgetting every human need, and things that come natural. You know, we need to hold on to that, and especially our humanity, our feelings. They're not part of the system, because, oh my God, if you get emotional, then you're a sissy. You're I don't know, you're weak. You don't share your feelings. That's bad. That's really bad, you know. And I don't know. I never said anything to my son, you know, that he can't cry, or that he's not allowed to cry, or to Annika, you're not allowed to cry. And actually, it's strange, you know. We come all out of initially out of a woman's womb. So, you know, we're all connected somehow, and, you know, then a little boy is born, and a mom holds this little boy, and usually they're very close, and then they go out in the world when they're grown up, and then suddenly the male and female struggle goes on, because we created a man-made system where women are not worth as much as men. What is all the fighting about? You know, we're all coming from the same place, and we are. You know, as a man, you love your mom, so how about you admit to that, and then you're free. Can you imagine? And there's another thing, a very interesting question. Frau Hobby, Anne-Marie Hobby, asked me today, and she said, you know, does it give you peace of mind or peace of heart? Well, she said peace of mind, but I felt peace of heart to knock on your ex-husband, as you are. And you know what? Yes, it does, because he has my children, and you're not the only one who's responsible that they don't talk to me, you know, but you are also 50-50, I'd say. And I will scratch on you and my ex-husband until one of you explodes and says, all right, now we talk, and now we get this out in the open, and we share all of our feelings, and then I have peace of mind. Until then, I have peace of heart, peace of everything with the thing. Only I'm alone. And what good is all this knowledge that I have if I say, okay, now I'm quiet? Because it doesn't allow me. You know, I have tried hundreds of places to go out and share my knowledge. And this thing is very powerful. Now, the people who say no don't know this. But I know that I've tried too many times to know that the only person who's chosen is you. So, happy birthday, and let's do it. How about that? No marriage, just business.